Welcome to the 12th episode of Relevance on the fly. I'm literally walking outside while recording, and I'm sure you do love that I keep it this way, staying true to my heart, character, and soul. Let's go. Fellas, even before we go to the episode, I want to address a common problem that is spreading like wildfire these days on these social platforms, a maze for any type of damaged advice that is spreading out like wildfire. I feel myself blessed I have not been a part of that problem. I have kept myself accountable to stay away from that problem. Here it comes. Let's address it. Types of saying, little punchlines. And because the attention span is so short these days, those punchlines hit kind of deep. Everything is used out of context and flying words without giving any context for it and using them out of context. One of the most common phrases that is out there is whoever cares the least has power. From how damaged life one has to come out of to believe that to be true. And that's not true. Think about it. What makes that kind of seed of a problem even worse? People would like to think that they can look up to healthy relations and then ask advice from healthy couple, for example. But the thing is that transcendental and virtuous relations are so few, so rare. A healthy relation is like 1 out of I would estimate. It's so rare that people are taking in advice from all types of damaged people who are basically just ranting out their disappointments, and then it kind of sounds good, but it's far from truth. So fellas and bruh girls, whoever pretends whatever, pretend no more. Let's replace that saying with a more accurate one. Let's replace that, and here it comes. The closest thing for being cared for is to care for others. And obviously that resonates with less people. Fewer people are able to resonate with that. And you know why? Because most of people are avoidant or anxious types, and they play with each other games, wasting time in a cycle where one cares less, another cares more, then they switch roles, then they again switch roles, in endless toxic cycle where they just break up at some point because they did not grow their togetherness. They were never able to be truly themselves together, formed or established a steady, strong connection between each other, uplifted each other or themselves together above the willingness in law of vibration. Did they have full willingness to be together, full acceptance to be together? Then did they have full love to be together, full peace? How rare it is that the answer is yes. And when the answer is yes for each other, that connection resonates with real compatibility and competence. And here comes a crisp solution for avoidant and anxious types. You or they are not even supposed to be in a relation playing games. Instead, you are supposed to be looking for yourself, interacting with as many people as you can, being yourself. Find yourself being yourself within people. or with a person at a time. Interacting. Who said you are supposed to be looking for a relation all the time? Why? People just interact with each other like neighbors. Learn to interact with people, having fun, especially with yourself, without expecting anything. Don't even expect to know their name. But you can, when it's going well, out of curiosity, learn to introduce yourself. How would you? There you go. You are in the process of knowing yourself. Completely being without expectations, without games, and living in the moment. That is it. Being. No control, just release. No plans. Make plans in the moment, in the second. If you do. That's it. And in that process of learning, you will grow out of anxiety and out of avoidance. That's my 2 cents. Try it and let me know how it goes. So, once more for all. By games, boys and girls, you make a disservice not only for others but for yourself. Because what get realized into life is being real and honesty. And those are values what people lack in presence. It is pretty hard to be yourself. It requires pretty hard punch of confidence to be yourself and express what you are. Everybody is free to express themselves, but only those who have gotten over their insecurities can express them. Anyone is free to express unless your insecurities stop you. And right there is the real integrity. So few people have real integrity. Playing a game either with themselves or with others. And that's going to be counterintuitive against your own progression and transition towards the best of your life. Who you want to become, where, how, and what you want to become. So, instead of games, you gotta slowly transition your being secure within yourself during that progression. Everything else in life clicks into place. It takes patience, it takes confidence, it takes commitment, it takes consistency, it takes courtesy and compassion with others, and it takes studying, understanding life, being wrong, being right, at the right times, at the right moments, letting go, working for it, and going forwards in spite of failure and in spite of feeling overwhelmed. There are going to be a lot of bumps on the road, yet you gotta keep going forwards. Everyone can have an opinion, but truly what matters, what get realized into life, is that if you know you are doing the right thing in the progress of becoming the best of you, your life. All the noise outside doesn't really matter. People hate, people laugh, people cry, but it's all about your progress, you going forwards. If you can do that, you will be so much more secure and stronger than anybody else who is making the noise on the sidelines. Yeah, make some noise, but for good. Let's go. Loyalty will vanish in the absence of trust. All your behaviors and actions must be reflections by trust. Otherwise, you cannot expect loyalty. It's funny if you think social media as a snaps especially. Why wouldn't you always be shooting shots for a second? For a second with a taste. Just because I'm always proactive there. I'm amused because I want to come up with a creative second. Being creative for a second. Somebody posts something, I see it, I'm already like typing something as I see it, because I like the creativity. It's practice. And if you want to think deeper about it, a real man wins anyway. Whatever happens, whichever way. So when I reply and let's say they cannot reply anything back, then I was amused and the other one got this good feeling that, yeah, this man is trying to get me. Yeah. So now they are amused as well. I'm amused and they are amused. Yeah. Oh God. I really view that I can give you the relief 99.99999 point of time. I'm not trying to get or anything. Now you got your mind blown. Yeah. It's just for the creative second. That's it. Let's say it's not a wipe yet, but it's a wave. When anything is fresh, I'm always with the zeroest expectations. With this zeroest expectations. Yeah. You cannot know how a flower blooms until you water it, take a glance at it. At least you have to take a glance at the flower. You cannot see the flower if you keep eyes closed and all your senses off from it. You have to blow a wave of light towards the flower. Then you can see how the flower reflects back to you, and then you may blossom up from the neutrality to the horizon, and then something might emerge up between you. And maybe if things starts to go to the better direction, perhaps it is a real connection when things start to grow, when that little wave starts to grow. But in the beginning, it's just a wave. And that is your trailblazing shot of a wave to the stars. Keep it real. So, once upon a time.